Hey everybody, how are you all? Hopefully you're all doing well. Today we're going to be taking a little look at the game Sundered by Thunder Lotus Games. You may know them from their previous title, Jotun, the epic Viking hand-drawn adventure with big bosses. Sundered kind of follows a similar style. Really nice hand-drawn art style. The music's fantastic. There are big bosses. It's an interesting game. So Sundered is a Metroidvania with a couple of little twists, like procedural generation in certain parts of the game. It's fairly interesting. The combat, while basic, is still a lot of fun. There's mobs, quite a large number of enemies that spawn at any given time that you have to fight. It can be quite harrowing. I like the game a lot, and it's available on Steam. Has been for about 2 weeks now for a cost of £15. I think that's roughly $20, give or take, and I think it's certainly worth a look. Now, before we go into it, I should say this is going to be a first impressions video, or a video of that kind of sort. I've only played an hour 49 minutes, and you'll see I've only had 11% progress, so I'm nowhere near the mid or even late game. I've only played enough to kind of get a feel for how the game is, but we'll go inside, we'll have a look around, see what's going on. I really enjoy the general themes of Sundered, so it's how best to explain what's going on in the Sundered. It's an interesting one. So we are Eshe. I think that's how you pronounce the character's name. We're this lady here with a nice Eldritch sword. I think we partially have Eldritchy, Lovecraftian, horror-y powers. Most of the enemies, if not all the enemies, are somehow imbued with some Eldritch evil. There's a lot of tentacles, big tentacles, small ones, you know, every kind you want. If you're into hentai, this is your fucking gig. So, this is our hub area. When we start the game, we spawn into this hub area where we've got the grassy monks candle area, which leads on to the trapezohedron tree. Trapezohedron? Yeah, I think I nailed it. Fuck it. If I didn't, then sue me. This is where we get our skill tree, where we spend things called shards. As we kill enemies, we will collect shards, and we will spend those shards kind of in a, you know, similar sense to many other games. We collect the shards, we spend them on our skill tree. The skill tree's pretty cool. It's not, you know, it's not anything like fucking Path of Exile, for instance, but it has a nice couple of interesting nodes we can search for. I went pretty much straight away for the crit chance and the extra health. Is this... oh no, this is the health elixirs, so we get 2 healers instead of 1. And I went for crit, and I think the next one I'm going to go for is the extra perk slot. In the central focal point here we have perk slots as well that we can assign a perk. I'm using the health charm, rank 1. Monsters have a 4% chance to convert their shards into a health elixir. So if it gets desperate and we kill some enemies, we can get a health potion, we'll call them. We can get a potion back we can use to gain some health, which is quite nice. When you start off, you don't have any of those health potions or, you know, shields or anything nice. So, traditionally in a Metroidvania, you pick up skills as you go, and that will allow you to progress to areas you couldn't get to prior. So far, we've seen the deflecting shield, which protects you from damage, protects from incoming damage, slowly regenerates if no damage is taken over time. It's basically a shield that regenerates, and the leaping device, our double jump. A standard, a stock, a thing that you would always expect to be in a Metroidvania, the double jump. That's the only 2 skills I've found so far. Hopefully we'll find a few more in due course. And you can see our stats to the side, so you can see what you're amping up as you're spending your shards on the skill tree. Enough fannying around. Let's leave the hub area and go and have a look around. I'll show you the map and stuff. So the hub area has these big doors, which I assume will lead to either different areas or big bosses. And if playing Jotun has taught me anything, Thunder Lotus know how to make a good boss, a good big boss. So we'll go down. Down is where we go, and this will lead us into the first area of the game. And I can show you the map, and we'll talk about how the map, I suppose, generates. Now, I can't say for certain if the static elements in the map, the things that will always be the same in every playthrough, are always in the same location. I'd imagine they might be, but perhaps they're not. Who knows? I haven't taken the time to start a second game to have a look. So once we load in, I apologise, I didn't put this on my SSD, so we have to wait for standard hard disk loading times. It's fine though, it's fine. You can just listen to my sultry tones. So, I mean, immediately, the art style's tremendous. They certainly have a knack for drawing things and making them look pretty. And, as I said, there's Eldritch going on. Now, whether we have the Eldritch power, it seems like we do, or whether it's just the enemies, I'm not sure. This sword looks like something straight out of the dark fucking abyss. So, that's our main attack. It's a combo, it's a spammy combo. A couple of sword strokes that lead to a hammer. We've also got our downward ground pound, we can call it, which is really useful. And we've got an upward stroke, and if you're in the air, you can do various spinny sword attack things. That's kind of your main attack. I don't know if there's... Oh, and there's the downward, you know, the crouch stroke. Is that the foot? Yeah, we do have Eldritch powers, I can tell now. The black ghosty bits coming off us certainly denotes Eldritch power within us. So this area, this world is some sort of forgotten, long, worn down, horrible place filled with bad things. And this is our map. So, how to explain this briefly? So the darker blue areas are all predefined and will always be the same through every playthrough on this save file. The lighter areas will be randomly populated with cells, small squares that'll be different room types or room elements, kind of the way you would expect, sort of like how The Binding of Isaac comprises a map, or say Spelunky made its level areas. So if we go into one of these lighter zones, you'll start to see it populate with randomly or procedurally generated little bits. And you want to be breaking your props, because they do sometimes have shards, which we can spend on leveling up. And you'll see those spikes, you don't want to touch them, they hurt. Of course they do. We play video games, we know this stuff already though. We're professionals. And we'll just go through until we get a wave of enemies and we can talk about that. Well, fucking... Right on cue, boys. So the game's interesting. You don't have enemies just patrolling like you would in a traditional Metroidvania, say. What you have is you have the game deciding whether you need enemies to spawn. So the game will say, you haven't had any trouble for maybe 5 minutes, let's spawn a big wave of enemies. That was a small wave, might I add. Occasionally you'll get the big waves, or if you come to a new area, I think there might be predetermined fights that you have to do, like challenges almost, challenge rooms. But the enemies so far have been interesting, to say the least. It's sort of a mechanised, Lovecraftian, Eldritchy horror sort of vibe going on. It's like machines that have been possessed by things with tentacles. Like these fellas here, these are more your kind of standard Lovecraft fare. The little worm guys. I don't know what they look like. Like single cell organisms that have decided to not be single cell anymore. They wanted to grow up. And there's a lot of different enemies. So far you've seen the flying gonads that do things, and then the small other gonads, the non-mechanized gonads. They're not too threatening. There's enemies later on, large robot types that have sniper rifles that can shoot you through walls. There's the big worms. Big worm. Playing with my money's like playing with my emotion. Friday, everyone. If you've never seen the movie Friday, you should probably see it. It's not great, but it's a movie you should see all the same. So, we'll play through and I think we'll go for, what's our next boss? Let me kill some shit and then we'll look at the map and see what our next objective might be. So the ground pound does quite a lot of damage, and I like to try and lead with the ground pound whenever possible. It gives you a nice head start. If there's a lot of enemies on the floor as well, you'll get a nice multi-hit. Sort of like an AoE attack, almost. So, where's the map? What are we looking for? So you're telling me to come here. We have a boss thing in a room here. And we also have a boss down here. I think the yellow boss is the actual boss, and the red is just a mini-boss patrolling an area. He's a slightly bigger boss. I don't have access to this guy yet. So in the centre of the map, you'll see this blue padlock symbol. These unlock as you go through. You'll find batteries or power stations or things you basically need to switch on. I think at some point we will find said, I guess, power source for the blue, and then it will open up these ones, and probably give us access to this boss. I had a look earlier and going through the pale areas, there was no kind of path leading to this guy, so we'll come back to him. I think we'll just head for this fella here, so that'll be through the battery and through this boss zone. So we're going the right way, we're on the right track. Now, I will say, the mini-boss in this area is pretty cool, and he was the kind of point I was thinking, well, I should probably record this, given that he is, he's interesting, It's a nice little set piece, quite difficult, but certainly very nice. Alright, we'll try and get a reasonable ground pound on some enemies here. There we go. Now, the worms, when they drop down, do a kind of splash damage of electricity, so we must avoid that. He says as he gets hit immediately by it. You do what you can. You do what you can. And the red orb on the floor is our healing. We have max health elixirs at the moment of 2. I think that goes up to a number of 3 or 4 or 5. So far 2 is the number I've unlocked. Oh, the gong of you're about to get fucked up. So that sound denotes many enemies coming to say hello. And we'll find this happens quite a lot, and I really enjoy this. I know a lot of people have perhaps looked poorly upon it. I am a big fan of waves of enemies, always have been, particularly in games where there's a lot of action to be had. I like the Fast and the Furious. No, no. Well, I think what we'll try and do is get rid of most of the smaller enemies, and I'm not worried about taking damage. There's a health elixir on the floor. I'd probably end up leaving it to go to waste otherwise. There we go, one of those. There we go. Another one of these. Trying to get as many ground pounds in as possible. If you find there's an enemy in the sky, what I like to do is go for the upstrokes. The sky upstrokes, you tend to gain verticality when there's an enemy above you. So you can kind of just follow up into the sky. Good for the gonads. I mean, the gonad enemies, not your own gonads. Probably jumping high into the sky and then falling on your feet would be fine for the gonads too. If you fall on your balls though, then you're fucked. You know. You're out on your own. You deal with that like a man. So, into the armory, the mini-boss. What's interesting about this boss is there will be a lot of smaller enemies in this zone, but the boss itself is sneaky. He's quite a sneaky fella. Hopefully, hello. There he is there. Now, this big fella here, he has quite a strong attack. And hopefully I'll be able to give him my best. But there's a chance he'll get the better of me. Ah, you see. Oh, and there's his little brother. Oh, come on now. Alright, that didn't go precisely to plan. I was hoping to go for the glory play and just knock him out straight away, but, you know, here we are. Here we are. Now, I can just effectively run through this zone and just avoid the mini-boss, but I think for the sake of having a big set of bollocks, we should probably try and kill him. Yeah, bit more damage, why not? And slowly walking towards our extra perk slot. Maybe after that we can go for like energy regeneration or shield regen or something useful. I can't say for certain what's out this way. Sail Yacht's Devotion. Increase your maximum shield by 30%. That could be maybe something we'd look into. You never know. Right, down, back in, and we can move quite quickly to where we need to be. When the game starts, you have to go kind of longish paths to your destination, and over time you'll unlock shortcuts. Usually these padlocks are the shortcuts. These are the kind of the pathways that you need to unlock to get quick access to areas you've been to prior. For now though, we'll go back and we'll fight Shadow Man, or Invisible Man. It seems a bit unfair that he has invisibility, you know? Trying to catch us off guard. For the first 10 minutes of me seeing him, I didn't actually realise he was there. I didn't actually see his invisible body floating about. Alright, small fellas. There we go. Easy enough. Couple of ground pounds will knock them at the park. And, like I said, it's not the most complex of fighting mechanics or battle mechanics, but I think the combat's really decent. It's not nice. Not nice. Very good use of the English language. It's pleasurable. You know, it's not bad. I've had worse. I've certainly had worse. At least it's fast and it's furious. One of the things I enjoy about a game of this nature is that if the combat is nice and fast and fluid, then you can have a good time. You know, it doesn't need to be nuanced and technical. You know, I just want to spam buttons and see things die sometimes. You know, sometimes I want to play a technical game. Sometimes I just want to run about and batter things with an Eldritch hammer. You know, your mileage may vary. You might be one of those people that enjoys very complex battle mechanics, combats in games. But for me, you know, I'm perfectly satisfied just smashing things with my big old Eldritch hammer. Where am I going? The wrong way is where I'm going. Getting ahead of myself. So we'll go in here and we'll give this guy a good scene too. If he kills me again, then we'll just have to come back twice as strong, you know? We don't give up. Giving up is for pussies. And that's certainly not what we want. It's not what we're gonna do. Not at all. Big worm? No? Anytime today? But the highlight of the game for me so far is the music. I think the soundtrack's fantastic. It often reminds me, in fact, of the Deus Ex Human Revolution soundtrack. That sort of strings into almost glitched electronic music. I dig it. It's something I'm much, a big fan of, shall we say. Aye, oh. So these fellas, these are treasure troves. These are like your chests, basically. They have a lot of your shards. And we want the shards, of course we do. Because leveling up is good. And I suppose if we get enough damage, we'll just fucking Shrek the Invisible Man. Alright, back in it. So maybe what I should do is just run around and kill the smaller enemies first. Before I have a go at the big boy. That's nice, actually. We've been quite lucky with the health elixirs. Whether that's been a patch or not, I'm not sure. But the last time I played, there weren't as many free-falling health elixirs. Hello, lads. This is good, actually. This means that I can probably deal with my big friend up top. Oh, he's coming. Oh, you can't be missing those. Ah, no, I didn't even mention there's a dodge roll as well, because every game needs a dodge roll. We have limited energy. We have 3 energy bars. 1 is consumed when we dodge roll, so we have to be careful we don't go too hard. Fuck. The Panzer! Oh, give me a Panzerfaust. No, what do we use to kill Panzers? Ah, tank man. This is getting a bit hairy. This is getting very hairy. Like my face. So with the snipers, they will go into like a kind of turtle formation, a shell, if you hit them enough times. Which is good for kind of reducing the number of things shooting at you. I think after this guy, this might be the last 2 enemies. See, the smaller swordman, he's not quite as threatening as the bigger brother. I think if we just face... He might have kind of... What are those fucking... Boo? Those ghosts from Mario. Okay. Well, we done a little bit of damage. I wish he was present. Oh, fuck me. For longer. So we just need to time our dodge rolls to perfection. Ah, we done a good bit of damage there, that's fine. And our shield has... Oh, fuck, I took my hand off the fucking gamepad. What a sneaky fellow. So yeah, the shield is invaluable. Having that ability to just tank quite a heavy hit. Doesn't tank everything, of course, but... It gives you a nice bit of damage reduction. Oh, I think we can do this. Shit. Alright, alright. Wait for that shield to come back. The stair seems to kind of jigger his attack. If we're on the right stair, he seems to miss. Alright, almost there. Feeling good. Show me what you got, big boy. Yes! Oh, it's the purple man. What's this? Elder Shard Fragment acquired. Nice. So that, I think that's part of what we're supposed to be doing, is looking for... Oh, we got a Shield Absorb perk. Right, okay. So we got an Elder Shard, and we got a perk. Nice. So the Elder Shard, I'm not really sure what it's for yet. I've got 2 now. And I think killing mini-bosses gives them to me. I don't know what we do with the Elder Shard. Perhaps they're used to open the doors at the hub area. I'm not sure. But that's good. We got another perk. A shield perk, which seems pretty good. And we got a lot of shards as well. Nice. Very nice indeed. And we got them in the ground pound for swag points. Very nice indeed. So, where to next? Probably this boy down here. So, upsy daisy. And we'll go and see what he's got to say. And, you know, your standard kind of traps. You've got a laser trap here. I think that procs when you walk through it. It might actually be timed. These certainly proc when you stand on them. And they do a small amount of damage. Nothing to be too concerned about. I might as well do this as well, go back to full. Very nice. Okay, we made a little bit of progress. Not the most amount of progress, not the greatest leap, but it's certainly progress. I'll take it. So if we come down this direction here, was there... Yeah, so there's a battery icon on the map that doesn't seem to have been used yet, so maybe that's what we need. That might give us access to the other padlock doors. So, we're on the makeshift roads east. And so far I've seen two different kind of zones. There's been a kind of greenish area like this, an overgrown area, shall we say. And then there's a kind of the mechanized areas, I think they're like power stations, or they were like the base stations for the Valkyrie base. I think this is like the ancient race that used to live here. Thunderlotus certainly love their Vikings, their Norse mythology. Which is not a bad thing, you know. I was, do you know, I was looking the other day. There's a place in Scotland, there's a place near me called Vikingar. It's in a place called Largs. And it's basically, it's like a small sort of educational kind of museum with Viking memorabilia, with Viking paraphernalia in there. So if you want to Viking it up, you can go in and they'll give you like Viking armor and sword replicas to hold and shit. And I was thinking, do I really want to go and do that again? And then I looked at the website and it's like, yeah, it's for literal children, so maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe, in fact, fuck it, I should go and fucking own these kids. I'll be like, 1v1 me with a Viking sword, you scrubs. Alright, well, fuck me. Christ on a bicycle. Christ on a penny farthing. I don't think I've used that one before. Alright. Oh, we've got the... Oh no! So that worm is electrified. I'm not sure how we deal with him again. I think we just spam him down. He seems to be taking damage. Give me a ground pound. There we go. Got him. Whoo-wee, okay. Right, we've got a lot of shards now. Let's heal up as well. Alright. So it does get a bit... I mean, let's be honest. I'm not handling these fights with precision. I'm just kind of spamming my way through them. But I don't mind that. You know, it adds to the drama. It adds to the tension. Nice. Very good. And again, that's another reason to be destroying your pots. Because you can occasionally get your healing elixirs, your health potions. Alright. So have I interacted with this? No. I guess there will be more enemies coming soon. Does that affect anything else? No. So I think the button doors will only affect the door they're immediately in front of. Perhaps. And maybe we get a skill later on for other doors, I'm not sure. Again, we're still very early on in the game. I'm still playing it by ear, trying to work out what the fuck's going on. But if we can get another boss in, I'd be quite happy. I think we should just go straight down. Ooh, no, we'll grab the treasure first. And this will give you a decent insight into what you can expect with the game. I can't comment on what the late game is going to be like, of course, but so far I'm enjoying myself. I'm hoping there's a lot of variety in enemies as we go through, because if we keep the same enemies coming forward, but just champion versions in elites, then it might grow tiresome. Oh, well. Oh yeah, they do. Oh, I forgot they do. Yes, yes. So they have a small AoE attack. A defensive measure. That I should have remembered, but, you know. I'm only human, we make mistakes. What can I say? So we'll go down here. And, have a look at the boss. When we die, we don't lose our shards. We get to keep our shards. And spend them. So that's, at least there's that. Dying and then having to reclaim your shards, a la Dark Souls, would probably be a bit too tedious. I do like the format, the kind of Rogue Legacy. You have a certain amount you accumulate on a run, and you spend it once you've died. It's tried and tested, it works. Ah, see, we're starting to get more red enemies. Red, I assume, means bad. You know, red's the traditional colour of scary. Oh, you... Spamming through. Picking up health elixirs. Do you know we're getting a lot of health elixirs? I don't know if they've changed that, because when I played before I was getting one every like 10, 15, 20 minutes. And we've seen maybe... I can't even say how many, 10 so far in this 25-minute stretch. So that's not bad. We're either being very lucky or the game has been patched to allow for more health drops. Which, I mean, you know, I'm okay with there being less. Again, it just adds tension to the game. You just have to try harder. So careful, he's going to do his AoE attack. And we can keep him stunned in that position. Once he's in that position, we can kind of keep him steady. Provided we don't get hit by his gnarly attack. Roll in there for the damage, very good. It's exactly what you want to see. And we have a healthy slice of shardage. 2,100, that should be enough to maybe get one of these extra perk slots. Which is nice now that we've got an extra perk as well. See, it's all coming together. Alright. The question is, do we just go and fight the boss? Is it even a boss? Oh no. So when the line is red, it's fine to pass through. Only when it's green is when it's bad. And it will damage you even if you roll through, so there's no invulnerability. At least none that I can tell with room traps. You know what? Go fuck yourself. What the fuck's this? This is certainly boss territory, I'm sure. I think it's within our interest to go back up here and deal with this guy, because if he can fire on us on the boss room, then, you know, we're fucked. Where is this guy? He's up here. So you can wall jump, if you haven't guessed already. That's what I'm doing. Alright, good. And while we're here, we might as well get this as well. Wait, how do I get that? There must be some sort of projectile that we get. Some sort of gun-based skill that allows us to hit through walls, maybe. Maybe we get one of their guns. One of their sniper rifles. That would be cool, actually. That would be very cool. To have, like, a ranged attack. Potentially something with an AoE effect, maybe. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. It's as new to me as it is to you. So we'll go and have a look at the boss. And if we die, we die. These are the risks we take. I think we populate that with energy somehow. Wait. Is there something I've missed then? How can I not do the thing? See, it seems to me that you would stand here and shoot that with something, and that would be... Fuck, so there must be something I'm missing. There must be something in this area that I haven't seen yet. So since we powered up this place earlier on, it should have all the roads leading outward open, hopefully. Aye, okay, alright, this is good. That's a shortcut. So I guess now we have to fight a lot of enemies. And then that door opens, maybe? Fuck. Not ideal. Ooh, so it's a spicy one! Oh, fuck. This is not nice. Not good. Alright, we're on the defensive here. I can deal with these guys. Alright, we have no healing elixirs, but we know where there's one for sure. Now, all those enemies should still be where they are, where they spawned in. Hopefully we can just get back up there and deal with them accordingly. Maybe they despawned. Oh. And your large crates for more shards. There's quite a lot of shards going around. If you keep cool, stay calm, cool and collected, you'll usually get what you need each run. There have been a couple where I've died straight up, just straight away, just charging down a boss and then dying. That happens. Alright, they did despawn. And then they're going to come back. No, they're not. Alright, so I'm at a loss then, what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Maybe the boss is open now? Maybe. Nah, I don't get it. I don't understand. I am confused and lost. Alright, see, I can't get to this guy either. And of course, there's a lot of map I haven't even explored yet. Maybe I should go... Aye, okay, what we'll do... I should probably finish the video sometime soon, but... in the name of science, I'm gonna go up. Up and along. And see if I can find where I'm supposed to go. Oh, hello, fellas. How are we all today? My Eldritch friends. Nah, there's nothing I can't handle. Nothing I ain't seen before. And getting them all kind of bunched up is quite nice as well. You can do a lot of damage to multiple enemies. Get out of here. Hassling me with your tentacles and shit. Drink am. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we certainly want to get into this action as well. Really just collecting as many shards as possible will grant us progression, surely, through the means of violence. By doing damage, we'll be getting further, you know. Making sure the enemy knows who the boss is. It's us, we're the boss. We're the boss. Right, this way and then up will hopefully lead to greener pastures. The game seems to not want me to come this direction, because it's quite insistent on me taking damage and dying. Not my finest hour there. Just, you know, ground pounding into the... oh, fuck. Fuck you both. Oh, no. It's a bad sound. We've been alive for too long, so as you've noticed, the longer you stay alive for, I'm going to assume, the harder it gets. The more enemies that will spawn. Passageway to the cathedral? Oh, fuck. Who's this guy? I ain't seen him before. Oh, we're dead. Oh, no. We get hentied into oblivion, and then we're dead. So yeah, that kind of shows you the game, I guess. Gives you a little inkling into what's going on with the game. I'll leave a link in the description below for it so you can check it out if you wish to. And, of course, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I should be back tomorrow with some more videos, hopefully some more games to look at. As always, have a good one.